you had a great run, and I mean, just kind of looking back at your career, like all the people you shared a ring with, like like the matches you had with Rey Mysterio, like what you did with Chave, and I know when you were in Japan, you got to be in the ring with the Great Muta. Like, what kind of stands out to you as like the biggest, I guess, pinch me moment, given that you were a fan, and you were such a big fan? Like, was there a moment when you were like, holy crap, I can't believe like I'm here in the ring right now having this moment?
Yeah, it was since that very first WCW Saturday night. Like that's like from like because that was my show. That is what I grew up on. And then I'm in Amherst, Massachusetts, main eventing WCW Saturday night. I'm like, how is this possible? Like I was like, how am I here? You know, I feel like I'm just that poor kid from Austell, Georgia. Like, and I'm here at WCW Saturday night. Then I'm at WCW Nitro. Then I'm at Thunder. Then I'm on a pay per view. And then I'm on Starcade. And then I'm on SmackDown. And then all of a sudden I have a action figure. I'm like, oh my God, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's cool.
Then people are bringing me baseball cards. I'm like, I always, I was an autograph hound back in the day. I'm like signing autographs. And then, okay, now like, oh, I'm on a plane. I got to go fly to Tokyo for one day and then fly back the next or the day after the match. I'm like, what is going? This is everything's so real, like really, this is, and then, you know, in the ring and I'm looking across and it's, the Great Muta. I'm like, this is my second favorite wrestler of all time. Sting was number one
Yeah.
and the Great Muta was second. And I'm standing in the ring with them in Tokyo at a sold out Corrigan Hall. I'm like, this is my life's crazy, dude. Like I never thought I would become what I became, but like it was awesome. And it's like seeing those moments just every time I've been pinching myself. Like I just, this, I don't know. It's just crazy.
A wild ride.
A wild,
Did,
wild ride.
did you have you ever got to tell Sting what kind of how much of an influence he was on you?
so, oh, you got that question. So like going back, so like it's in the book too. So like, I was a super fan that became a wrestler. So like I told you I used to stalk DDP after high school, like every
Yeah.
day, you know, but I was trying to stalk everybody, so Sting had a movie premiere in Atlanta and they announced it on Nitro. I was like, oh, he's gonna be here next week. I'm going because I get to meet my hero, And I was like, oh, this is awesome, because and so it was at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. So go see his movie. The movie wasn't good, but it was Sting, right? So the lights come up, and I remember I'm like 16 years old. The lights come up, and all of a sudden I see Sting just a few rows ahead of me, and Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell. And I'm getting super excited. I'm like, oh my God, there they are! So I go running down there, and I tapping Lex Luger on the shoulder, say, "Hey, Lex, 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 Lex." And so he turns around and looks at me and says, "Hey, kid, I don't touch you like that, so don't touch me like that." I was like, "Oh, no!" He like stabbed me in the heart, like it hurt so bad. I was like, "Oh my God, like you were my hero and you broke my heart." And I was like, I took the picture, and then Sting was next to him, so I got to take the picture with Sting. But I was so torn up about Lex Luger, uh, I didn't enjoy the time I met my hero. So
Yeah.
that was 16 years old, 17 years old, something like that. So the next year or 2 years later, I'm in the same locker room as these guys, and
Uh,
and the thing is, I never wanted Sting to hurt me like Lex Luger hurt me. So I didn't want to give him a chance to do that. So like, and every time I was around the guy, like I would just don't talk to me. Choom. I don't want to. I don't ruin it for me. Don't
yeah.
like I'll shake your hand, but like do not talk to me because I have this image of you, and I don't want you to ruin it for me. So like I never would let Sting get too close to me because I didn't want him to break my heart. So like, but I know it sounds kind of crazy or weird,
No,
you know, but
no,
like,
it doesn't, because there's that whole analogy of never meet your heroes, isn't there? And I know Lex. I mean, I've spoken to Lex a good number of times now, and I know that he's very regretful about how he was in the late 90s, and probably that encounter you had with him is pretty typical to a lot of encounters that fans had with him at the time. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. The one thing you don't want to do is be crushed by your heroes, and I think with wrestling, you do, you idolize, calling wrestlers superstars, like they are put up on a pedestal. And they are, once you've entered the realm of kind of action game, action figures, video games, all that kind of stuff, you are a larger than life character, aren't you? And with that comes this kind of disconnection that there's a real human being, like probably a really tired human being that's in the middle of doing lots of things and probably just lost, like much like you saying about being at the airport, like just trying to make their way through their day, just trying to do what they're doing. And, yeah, challenging. I think I'm sure a lot of fans have had similar moments over the years, and I get that completely. Have you met him in later? Since you've obviously matured and become older, have you had a moment with Sting?
and I haven't matured yet. I'm still, yeah, I'm still a kid at heart, like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that is a regret I do have, that not making a real relationship with Sting, for I could just call him and say, "Hey Stinger, what's up? It's the Yanger,"
well, there's still time. We're putting it out there into the universe one day.
Yeah. So, but like, I don't know. I don't even nowadays, I have no problem showing my feelings for people, but like, I don't know if I could break it down with Sting and say, "Man, you meant so much to me." Like,
Yeah.
my whole life is, I know when people, they don't talk to me like that, but similar to that, and how much I meant to them, it makes me feel weird and awkward,
Yeah.
But like, telling this guy's like, "Bro, like, basically you was my dad. My dad left, and I just did everything you told me to do on TV." So I was like,
Man.
so, but,
Yeah, that would be a heavy conversation, wouldn't it?
I don't know how, like, I got to tell him how much he meant I don't know. I don't know. I don't want him, after I express my love to him, it's like, "Oh yeah, well, that's cool, kid." Like, no,
Yeah,
like,
thanks.
yeah, thanks. Like, I said, no, so.
Yeah. Oh man.